Hey guys, Joe here, bringing you some tips and tricks and a little bit of reasoning behind brewing iced coffee. So what we're doing is making a coffee concentrate that we are immediately extracting over ice. So we're chilling our hot coffee down fast. I know we've posted videos and had this discussion before, but we're going to do it again just because summer is right around the corner and it's already too hot everywhere. So we're going to use our standard ratio of 1 part coffee to 16.6 parts water, which in this case is 24 grams coffee to 400 grams total water weight, including our ice. We broke it down this time with 65% of our water weight as ice, 35 as hot water, which is 260 grams for those of you with a calculator or without one, and then 140 as hot water. So first and foremost, when you're making iced coffee, you want to brew as a concentrate, which means we're going to make our grind size smaller. As we decrease the size of our grind, we increase the surface area to volume of our coffee, which means it dissolves faster, which means the tasty acids and sugars that dissolve first and faster, which also means that our tannins and other bittering flavor agents dissolve quicker as well. So the biggest tip and trick with brewing iced coffee concentrates is that it doesn't need to take 3 minutes. It can take 2 and still be delicious. This is nowhere near what it would need to be for, say, espresso. You're looking at more along the lines of like a grainy flour versus talc fine for espresso or Turkish. So we only have 140 grams of water to play around with, and that's our total weight, which means we need to be more attentive to our brewing process. With the bloom, with the additions of water afterwards, having a spoon handy will really ensure that all of our coffee and our water are touching for as much time as possible. So we're going to go ahead and add our bloom. Start our timer, and then we're going to take our spoon and really just fold in that water into our coffee just to ensure that everything is moist and brownie-like. And to be honest, if I'm adding turbulence here and agitation, great. We are looking to dissolve as much of this good tasting stuff in this coffee as possible in our limited water window. So at the 30-second mark, if you got gunk on your spoon, wash it off, do some very quick mental math, and pour about 70 grams of coffee in there, or of water into your coffee, and then sit there and once again, just try to add a little turbulence and wash the sides of that filter. From there, we're probably not going to need that spoon anymore unless you get all over the place, but we do need a little bit more water. And this is one of those moments where the timing and the coffee, they all kind of change depending on grind size and filter. If you're using a Chemex filter or a Melita or a Bee House, something that has flow restriction or thicker filtration, your flow rate will be slower, which means you have a bit more water contact time. So you might want to kick your grind size up a little, stir less, change your water weight. Mostly we're just looking at our flow speed, and it's going to be a pretty solid drip the entire time, and that's okay. If it's flowing out in a steady stream, your coffee's too coarse. At least a steady stream the entire time. So from here, we're good. We just need to wait for our water to finish extracting, and we'll have some tasty, tasty, delicious iced coffee. All right, we're back. Our water has just stopped our extraction. Pull that filter out. You don't need it anymore. Importantly, at the end, give your ice a stir, much like we would swirl a Chemex or stir our brewed Hario. We have our coffee set up and ready to go. At least for me, when it comes to iced coffee, I am not going to sit down and drink all of this in the next 10 minutes. Iced coffee for me is usually a cool, refreshing drink that takes a long time. I actually like it once it melts a little and changes the ratio of my water to coffee in my cup. I prefer things that are around a 1 to 17 to 1 to 18 ratio of coffee to water. So I wait 5 to 10 minutes and then I enjoy my coffee over the next hour. And then brew another batch. It seems more refreshing to me that way. It quenches my thirst instead of my need for caffeine and intense flavoring components. The shape of your ice and the size of your ice will also play a very important role in how you brew. If you have a Chemex, you don't want big ice cubes because you won't be able to fit them through the little collar. And if you do fit them through and you have to kind of shove your thumb in there, they shoot through and you are taking ice, which is very dense, and hitting it against a very thin-walled borosilicate, which is incredibly durable, but also very brittle. Crushed ice will dissolve. It'll turn into a liquid much faster, which means it will also cool down your coffee faster, which means it might preserve the flavor of your brewed hot coffee more. It also might be kind of annoying to drink at that point because you get this slush in your face, but a coffee slushie would actually be delightful. Big, large chunks or spheres will melt slower, therefore you'll end up with a thicker concentrate at first, but colder liquid in the long run. Play around, have fun. Summer's here. Enjoy as much coffee as you can. Catch you next time.